I recently made a video talking about how you can have a high guard but not feel blinded. Because many people, when they put their hands up, apparently, I've been learning this over the last 3 or 4 years as I've been doing more private lessons with people, they say, okay, my hands go up and I can't see the hooks coming. I can see right down the middle, but I'm blinded to the shots that are coming more rounded. And I went, whoa, 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 that should not be happening. So the video I just did, I'll put it right up there if you haven't seen it yet, seemed to really help people. I had somebody comment and say, oh, the nuances of your explanation went far beyond what my coach has been telling me, which is just simply put your hands up high and protect yourself. But if that's all you've been told, just put your hands up, you can make so many mistakes. However, he went on to follow up and say, okay, I love this video, but how do you protect your body? And that is what we're touching on today. You've got this high guard. You're going, okay, my head is feeling super protected, but my body, how do I deal with that? And the mistake I've seen so many people make is they do put up a very strong high guard. But then they go, okay, I have to block the body. And if I'm swinging pads at them initially until I teach them how to do this correctly, they look like this. And you can see the holes, the massive holes there, which are going to occur. Your high guard is completely compromised. All I would have to do if I was facing somebody who was utilizing those tactics would just be fake, like I'm going down low, and then just loop up top, and their head is going to be wide open. So let's correct this. Let's change up how we protect our body and our head simultaneously. And guys, so many people, again, giving me all these great comments, sending me DMs, over Instagram, over YouTube, just dropping these beautiful, beautiful things to say. If you're appreciating these videos, please give the video a like. That's all I need from you. Helps the algorithm, gives us a little bit of extra pump, gets us more subscribers. So hands are up here. The first thing I was talking about the other day is you can have what some people think is a high guard and still protect your body very well. But this is not a high guard. Just think of the name, high. To me, that means you either need to go below the eyes or above the eyes. And a high guard is obviously going to be above. Don't try and put them to the side. This is a terrible spot to put. Because if I have to now go up the middle and defend myself for anything that's coming straight, I'm going to close off my vision entirely. And then if this glove is resting against my eyeball and I get hit, I'm going to feel so blinded. So it's always below or above. High guard, obviously, staying above the eyes. Now, once we have that position, we need to look, how can I, at the same time, get my body and my head protected? Well, I'm going to give you the tip. I'm going to get half naked here so you guys can really see. Okay, because this is all coming down to what my torso is doing. You might think the torso has nothing to do with it, but the torso is everything. If I stand with a straight back and I have my high guard up, as far as I know, there is no way to protect both of them. And when you see somebody like, let's say, Israel Adesanya, who's fighting, there's a reason that he does not go to a high guard, or he does not have a fantastic high guard. When he goes to his high guard, it usually is not super effective, but because his back is straight. He fights with a very straight back. Now, there are benefits to that, but there are negatives, and especially utilizing a high guard, it is a massive negative. When I'm here, I have to choose one of the two. But you will note that fighters like Nikki Holtzkin, like myself, can simultaneously block the body and the head. We do that by, number one, curling our hips a little bit forward. When I curl my hips forward and I kind of rotate my back and my shoulders a little bit forward, you can see how naturally my arms, which were really quite high, can now come a little bit lower. In addition, I take these triceps and I kind of let them rest against my body. My chin can also tuck, because if my head is high, my hands are naturally going to have to be higher. But as I tuck my chin, you can see my hands can lower. My back is still straight, but even with that motion, my triceps can now rest against my body. much, much safer. Then from there, I do the curl, and boom. All of a sudden, I've gone from here to here. So much easier. So much easier, and just small details. So if I was gonna break this down for you very fast, I walked over to somebody, I saw them in their high guard, I went, no, no, no. I'd say, tuck your chin and curl your back. And now from there, you're gonna be so much safer. In addition, when you're stretched out like this, like if I was gonna do my body conditioning at the end of a training session, I'm like, okay, got my fight coming up. I wanna have that stomach that can take impact. I'm not gonna stand there like this and take body shots. I'm gonna curl just a little bit. Get everything just a little bit more scrunched. So then the people hit me, I'm gonna be able to take it better. And I never wanna be like this in the fight taking shots anyway. Might as well get to the position which I'm actually gonna be in. So there are your tips on how to have a great high guard. Again, if you have not watched the video on how to properly hold your hands up, you can go back and watch that previous video. And now you know how to protect your body at the same time. And once you get to here, and you're very close to protecting the entire body and your head, it's just these micro adjustments, and you don't have to open up. That's where most people make their mistakes. They open up to block something like, oh, and then all of a sudden their head's open, or their hands are down here and they're protecting their body well, and then they're like, oh, and then they leave that open. Okay, if you're wanting to simultaneously block everything at once, you now have the way to do that. Thanks for joining, guys. I will see you back here very soon.